All of my phases have kind of been all over the place, but one consistent one is androgyny. It's a challenge, you know, if you're wearing something incredibly masculine, it's kind of hard to sort of feel feminine in it. I'd always maybe add some sort of necklace or something like that to a suit. I am from LA. I spent a lot of time actually in Lincoln, Nebraska, which is where my parents are from. They all think that I look like a freak there. And I discovered consignment and, you know, designer resale and things like, and eBay. eBay is a disease for me. eBay is a sick addiction. Literally, I'll find myself home sometimes on a Saturday night and I'll, you know, be trying to make plans with friends, and then I'll just go into this trance of having like 10 windows open in my browser of like different things I'm searching for on eBay. I was actually encouraged by a family friend to apply to the London College of Fashion. So I lived in London for a year, but it kind of forced me to grow up a lot faster than I was ready to. Some of the larger illustrations, those were what I did when I was in London. Like those boots. I would love to have those boots, but they're totally unrealistic. I like any designer who sort of coins a style. I was on a train in London and I saw Vivienne Westwood. I couldn't leave the train not saying anything to her. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over, tap her on the shoulder very discreetly, and tell her that I admire her work, and then get off the train and catch the next one. But instead, I ran over to her at a very awkward moment, and I grabbed her leg, and I started screaming at her, telling her, I love you so much, blah, 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 threatening her with compliments. And this look of terror just came over her face. I go through a lot of phases with clothing. For instance, I'll buy something as wacky as that sweater, and then I'll go through a period where I'm just wearing extremely plain, minimalist outfits. I like it when people are kind of like stunned on the street, regardless of whether they think it's cool or not. These pants are a recent purchase. They were like $6 on eBay. They're Alberta Ferretti. This top, it's from the 40s. My mother actually bought it for me when I was 13, and I hated it. And it took me, well, 9 years to actually start wearing it. I just think they're really bizarre. They don't necessarily have much of a heel on them, and they have this wood insert in here. I don't get to wear it very often because it is very slimming. It's kind of like the naked dress. I love Sex and the City. I just really love huge face watches. These pants are my very favorite pants in the whole world. They're Victor and Rolf. They kind of represent what I love about consignment and sort of digging through those kinds of stores. It could be fin, like French for the end, or it could be someone's initials, and I think that's what's most hilarious about it, is that everyone thinks there's some deep meaning going on with it, and there's not. It's more like Edith Head of that whole era. She was styling everyone, and she kind of made black cool. And black is just something that's in my family. We all wear black. Not necessarily to make a statement, but because of technical reasons, like it's slimming and it looks good with everything. Journalism first and foremost, because I think it has to do with the fashion magazines that I had growing up. I can't bring myself yet to create a blog because I love print so much, and it's really subjective, and I don't think that I have a reigning opinion. I think that my opinion's incredibly, you know, it's mine, and I like weird things and I like very conventional things. I love Myra Coleman. I'm just obsessed with her. She does random stuff. I think that's what I like, is that there's no consistency with her. There's something really extraordinary about these posters from the turn of the century. On a basic level, it's just the artistry, I think, involved in the illustrations are just incredible. The hat is actually a present from my mother. She sends me a lot of very bizarre things. She's pretty eccentric, and that sort of is fueled through me. It's kind of like fashion. I'm better at taking other pieces of other people's things and putting them together rather than inventing my own or creating my own.